Yeah, all the fast food restaurants are the same, aren't they? You can't understand a word they say through the drive-thru window box. It's the most frustrating thing we deal with on a daily basis. Now, we have clear audio and video from space to earth, but from inside that restaurant to out at your car, you can't understand a word they say. You're ordering, you're like, yeah, I want a hamburger, cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke, and you get... Yeah, like a hamburger, cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke. They're like graduates from Charlie Brown's teacher's class. You know? It's frustrating. And the more they talk, the more you order. You don't even know what they're saying. Yeah, I'd like another fry, please. And an apple pie, please. It's frustrating. What's the total for my order? We all do the same thing. We pull out a 20 because we know this will cover the whole order, and I got sick and tired of this, and that's why now I keep this in the car with me. That's right. I drive around. They're like, sir, welcome to Hardee's. Can I take your order, please? Actually got this at the dollar store. Who goes to the dollar store? That's right. Everything is? That's right. They got the 99-cent store popping up now if you want to save an additional penny. I grew up right down the road in Cary. There was a national pizza place called Dino's Pizza. As a child, I used to call them up, play jokes on them. They'd answer the phone. Hello, Dino's Pizza. Oh no, it's him, it's him, it's him. That would be Dino from the Flintstones. Thank you for the people that don't watch TV. Actually, Dino's been replaced on kids' morning television by another purple dinosaur. You know who that is? Barney. Very good. Would you like purple dinosaurs for 400, man? You did really good on that category. I'd call him up, you know, and Barney, you know all the theme song to Barney, the I love you, you love me, we're sick and tired of watching Barney. Some of the videos don't even make sense. Barney's dancing around singing, don't be afraid of the dentist, don't be afraid of the doctor. And I'm thinking, if these kids aren't afraid of a 10-foot purple dinosaur, they don't have anything to worry about going to the dentist or the doctor. Now, I'm a middle child. I grew up in a big family. We didn't have a lot of money, so as a child, we went to the dentist about every 10 years. And now as an adult, I pay the price for it because we didn't go as a child. And I don't like, who's afraid of the dentist? Who doesn't like to go to the dentist? And now they have sedation dentistry, so that's both of my fears come to life, being knocked out and having my teeth worked on. But I try to have a good attitude when I go in. I try to have a good outlook. I walk in, the receptionist, her name is Jean, and I say, you know, hi, Jean. And so, so I'm sitting there, and they have the nice music, but it's always drowned out by the sound of the drill. So I'll be sitting there, and I hear... And my dentist, she's so nice. She's an Indian lady. Her name is Dr. Goodday. And she's like, David, I'm so sorry to tell you, I am so misinformed. I'm so sorry to tell you that you have to get a crown. You have to get a cap for your tooth, a crown. Who has a crown? Anybody with a crown on the tooth? The whole room. What do you know? It's all that sweet tea we drink, isn't it? Now, how much was your fake tooth, ma'am? How much was your tooth? How much do you think it cost you? Just take a guess. $1,700? Next time on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, the lady with a $1,700 tooth. What's it got, like a diamond encrusted, or your initials or something in diamond? I only get the best diamonds for my teeth. Who else has a crown? Anybody? A few of you? How much was your crown? This is an interactive show. If you would like to speak with me, you could. 500? Okay. 700? Right here, 800, 800, 800, 900, 900, 1,000, 800, 1,000, 1,000. They're expensive, right? It's like $500 to $1,000 for a fake tooth. Now, what's your tooth made out of? What did everybody say? Porcelain? Yeah, see, this is what gets me. Basically, $700 for a crown that's made of porcelain. This thing weighs less than 1/8 of an ounce, and it costs $700. Now, I have a porcelain toilet in my bathroom. It weighs over 60 pounds. It cost me $75. Now, I asked her, I said, is there a cheaper material that you can use? And she goes, well, if you would like, you can use gold. Gold is cheaper than porcelain. Now, try putting a 60-pound gold-plated toilet in your bathroom. It cost you $500,000. So she's so nice, I can't get mad at her for overcharging me for fake teeth. You know, she's like, there's some floss, here's some Listerine. You know, we want you to floss every day. You know, here's a toothbrush. I forget that. I'm a middle child in a big family. I want to make some money. Here's a 5-pound bag of sugar and some Snicker bars. We'll see you back next week. I was actually backing out of the parking lot, and I didn't look behind me, and I actually backed into another car and put a dent in it. But lucky for me, I had a tube of Fix-A-Dent, so I was able to fix it in and forget it. So that. So I grew up in North Carolina. Where are the people who grew up in North Carolina? Where are you guys at? Got a few of you. It's hard growing up in North Carolina because we do develop a very thick Southern accent.
I mean, I grew up in North Carolina, I talk like this, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talk like this growing up in North Carolina.
And when I grew up, I wanted to be a radio announcer. And that accent and the radio DJ voice do not go together.
I wanted to go to broadcasting school, and they said, man, they ain't gonna let you into broadcasting school. I said, why not? They said, because you sound so dumb.
What do you mean I sound dumb?
I said, yeah, you got that thick accent, you need to get rid of it. So I went to broadcasting school. After 2 years of extensive broadcast training, I got out and I sounded just like this. I had that voice. I wanted to play another nonstop 10 in a row and give away $1,000 cash. Hard to find work in radio when you get out. There's not that many jobs. My first job was actually at the drive-thru at Hardee's. Hey, welcome to Hardee's. Can I take your order, please? Hamburger, cheeseburger, fries. Can I hear the top 10? You're pretty good. I used to go from county to county, state to state, doing the Himalaya ride. Do you want to go faster? Go, 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 Super Himalaya! Got a job with the Durham Bulls baseball team doing the PA announcing. And that was a difficult job, creating echo and a charge. I would be up there going, now, batting, four. The Durham Bulls, hack, your vida waiver. And then, of course, you have the charge. You guys do get out every once in a while. Last game I was broadcasting, there was a woman having complications due to pregnancy, and lucky for her, she had been sitting in the C-section, so that worked out really well. We were able to get the baby out. Let's turn that over like that. I used to do a lot of the obnoxious car commercials. No money down, 4.9% APR, cash back, no reasonable offer will be refused. Can't stand when they say, no reasonable offer will be refused. You want to show up with a bag of baked potatoes. Can I have a new Cadillac? Is that a fair trade?
I used to do a lot of commercials. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. This came out right before the holidays. A commercial from Dave Coe and Crockbuster Video, giving you the best of music and videos. Kicking it off first with a brand new cartoon Christmas album. Your favorite cartoon characters singing traditional classic Christmas songs. Hit songs like these from Elmer Fudd. I went
There's Porky Pig. Christmas. Without you.
And I'm not making fun of people that stutter, because my brother stutters, and he's also an electrician, and we're not sure when he's trying to say something to us when he's been electrocuted. Spiked haircut, very deceiving. Christmas songs from Bullwinkle.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love said to me, where in the world is Rocky?
We also give you Popeye.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. You got some mighty fine branches.
Beavis and Butthead.
Like on the first day of Christmas, my true love said to me, I am the great cornholio, baby, digging for my
Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you're in church every week. I'm just letting you know. Those of you that laughed obviously are guests. Of course, I go to church every week and I watch the show, so there you go. But wait, there's more. For all you rap fans, and I can see you here tonight. You'll get the brand new one from the Asthma Rapper. Yes, the Primatine Kid is back, playing hit songs like these. See, he would run out of air. Anyway, yeah, we've got your back, Dave. Sure you do. Anyway, but wait, there's more. For all you fans of the Bee Gees, the Bee Gees have hit tragedy. They've lost 2 of their founding members. But it's easy to replace the voice of the Bee Gees by adding Alvin of Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's right. You get hit songs like these. That's right. That voice has been used for generations and generations. We could take you all the way back to 1939 and give you a scene from The Wizard of Oz. Hit songs of the 60s. We give you a scene from the 1980 movie Poltergeist. Honey, sweetheart, where are you? Where are you? I'm in Fuquay, Mommy. And my favorite movie of all time, the movie Star Wars. Now, who saw Star Wars in 1977? Raise your hand. Okay, a couple of the older people like myself. Who saw it in 1997? Same movie, $4 difference. It wasn't a big high-tech blockbuster film because the voice of Darth Vader was a simple fishbowl. And here's a scene from Star Wars. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Dave, you got a lot of free time, don't you? Aren't you glad cops in Fuquay don't carry these around, you know?
Please step away from the vehicle.
All right, scene from Star Wars. Here you go.
You are strong, young Luke. And you will never defeat me, Darth Vader.
Hey, Darth Vader's had a hard time finding work. He's 7 feet tall, wears a cape and a mask. He's actually decided to move to Fuquay. Now he's working at one of your favorite places.
Attention, Walmart shoppers.
That's right. You get the cartoon Christmas album. You get the asthma rapper. You get the Bee Gees, Darth Vader, and more. It's all from Dave Cohen Crowdbuster Video. You guys never saw that, did you? Okay, you need to get out more. That's the problem. Or get in more. Or get Cadillac. That's satellite and cable is Cadillac. It's satellite and cable. So wow, man, what a great crowd. Well, you guys all come out on Friday night to have a good time. Why don't we do that? That's right. Now, I talked about North Carolina. I'm a native North Carolinian. We're a proud state. We lead the nation in motor racing. You guys big motor racing fans? Come on, where you at? All right, if you got a favorite race car driver, yell them out. I want to hear them. Junior. Casey Kane, Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson, Gordon, Richard Petty, the King. Now, we know the age of the person in the back of the room now, don't we? Richard Petty! Who's been to a big motor racing event before? Anybody? Boy, that's a mission field, isn't it? You want to see some people that need to be in church, go to a motor race. I went to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It was 120,000 people, shirts off, drinks in hand. Oh, come on, Junior! These people are crazy. They all take the shirts off. They don't care what their body looks like. The shirt comes off. I've never seen so much pale white skin, pink sunburn in my life. And look, there's nothing wrong with being out of shape, but keep your shirt on. This guy I'm sitting beside, he's so big, he's using his belly button like a can hugger. He's like, woo! Woo! Pulling it in and out, keeping it nice and warm. It is an exciting sport. You got cars going around the track at 200 miles an hour. That's exciting. But I think after 50 laps, if there's nothing exciting happening, they should simulate driving like we have to deal with on a daily basis. That's right. 50 laps, no wreck, put a couple deer on the track. That's right. Get a little old lady, let her go 45 miles an hour with the turn signal on in the fast lane. A couple possums on the track for speed bumps. Or if you're from the mountain, skunks. There's nothing international about motor racing. What kind of cars do we have on the track? What kind of makes and models? Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Who said Toyota? Who said Toyota? There you go, Toyota. Now we have an international sport. Before it's all been General Motors and Ford cars. Now we've got an international car. We got Toyota, made in the country of Japan. Now we're actually going to try to find a native-born Japanese race car driver to drive the car, and this is going to mess Southern people up. The names of the drivers are very basic. Gordon, Jr., Martin, Kane. Now you're going to have a good old boy trying to pronounce a Japanese name. Shirt off, pink sunburn, jumping up going, woo, come on! Yeekalacha maka naka, taka, taka naka. I pronounce this now. Oh yeah, come on, Leecha maka naka, naka. Hold on. Oh yeah. Come on, Yakamichi Gukamaka. His car will sound totally different than the other cars. Now when you go to the race, you're going to hear this. It'll sound like George Jetson. North Carolina's a proud state. We lead the nation in illiteracy. Yeah! But 1.1% cannot read or write. People say, oh, that's so sad. I say, no, use that to your advantage. Cop pulls you over. Woo! Is this your correct address? Well, I don't know. What's it say? Then you see stop sign back there, 4-letter word. I know what it was. How come if you can't read or write, you feel the need to open up a fruit stand on the way to the beach? Have you noticed this? I've never seen so many misspelled words on a sign in my life. It's like fruit, F-R-U-T-E, and produce, P-R-O-D-E-U-C-E, deuce. They're selling watermelon, W-H-A-T, watermelon. They're selling squash, no U in squash, just squash. Cider, C-Y-D-E-R, tomatoes, T-O-E-M-A-T-O-E-Z. Now look, if you're not laughing, these are misspelled, okay? I'm just letting you know, in case you're not picking up on the joke. I don't get it. My favorite is cantaloupe, C-A-N-apostrophe-T, cantaloupe. Now this bothered me. I did a little research and found that the first settlers in North Carolina settled on Roanoke Island, which is out on the outer banks of North Carolina. Now all the people disappeared with the last remaining clue, the letters C-R-O-A, inscribed up on a tree. Now everybody thinks that was from the Croatan Indians, but I'm convinced that was a fruit stand. Somebody was selling corn. Now I felt bad making fun of people that can't read or write that open up fruit stands, so I went back and I bought a bushel of cucumbers and sweet potatoes because I figured that would probably help them out. Some of you are still going, I don't get it. North Carolina got more farms than any other state. Past the farms, hear the normal farm sounds. Chickens, roosters. Bunch of cows that can't reproduce had a big sign above their head that said milk duds, which I thought was pretty interesting. D-U-D-Z. Some of you haven't understood any of this. That's quite all right. That's first time, I guess. That's all right. So Food Lion's based in North Carolina. I like to go to Food Lion and see what people buy, what they'll shop for, put in their basket. I see a guy with some cured ham, and I'm thinking, whatever was wrong with this ham? What kind of disease did this ham have now that it is cured? Older couple in there buying a box of grape nuts. Had grape nuts in their basket. And that's a great cereal, but that name's got to go. Grape nuts. Any cereal that you put in milk and 3 days later it's still hard should be called gravel nuts. I mean, I tell you. And if you have a fake tooth, you know what I'm talking about. Saw a granddad and his grandson in there, and that was a nice scene, you know. But in their basket, they had Depends undergarments and pull-up pants. And I'm thinking, that's just like the same product in two different sizes. You could have a commercial with both of them on there, you know. I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I can go in my pants too. You got a lot of free time, David, don't you? So wow, so we got people from all over the place. You all gathered here tonight, which is awesome. North Carolina's got more fairs and festivals than any other state. Every little town has a festival. Every big city has a festival in North Carolina. Now who's from, where are you from, ma'am? You on the front row, where are you from? Here. Okay, good. Could you be a little more vague for me? You're born in the building, you've never gone outside the walls. That's awesome. You were born right here. Here being Garner. Okay, so you're a native Garner person. Okay, good. And Garner has a big festival. What's it called? She's consulting with the lady beside her. I've lived there my whole life. Do they have a festival? What's it called? I don't know. I've never left this building, so I'm not really sure what's going on the outside. I'm just... What's it called?
Fireman's Day.
Fireman's Day. And what's that a celebration of? I don't know. Okay, say a Fireman's Day. And how many people show up for Fireman's Day? About half and half. Half and half of... Half of what? Half come and the other half don't. Okay, so half the people come. Okay, good. All right, and what kind of activities do they have on Fireman's Day? They have none. You have a parade, a fireman's parade, right? Thank you. That's all I wanted. Just some straight answers from the attorney on the front row. Thank you. So we've got Garner. Who's from a smaller place than Garner that's here tonight? Anybody? A little town outside of Garner? Anybody? Yes, in the back. Where are you from? Yeah. See, the guy in the back yells Bowie's Creek, and the lady up front goes, yeah. Why didn't you just say Bowie's Creek? Your husband won't let you talk until you...
You will speak when I tell you to. Now is a good time.
Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. All right, so you live in Bowie's Creek? What kind of big festival do they have in Bowie's Creek? They don't have one? They don't have anything. They have a university there. Campbell, okay, good. And that's where they make all the soups at. That's awesome, good. Okay, so Bowie's Creek. Is there? And how many people live in Bowie's Creek? What time of year? Are you related to her? Half. Half of who? Half of everybody. How many people live there? At what time of year? Because they take this pilgrimage, apparently. Anybody from a town smaller than Bowie's Creek? Hey, where are you from? The person in halfway back. Where are you from? From where? Selma. Selma. Now, what's Selma have? Big festival. What is it? Who? Railroad Days? And what happens on Railroad Day? You tie somebody to the track or something, wait for the train? Oh, what do they do during Railroad Days? Huh? They have a parade? How long does that last? Like 30 seconds? Or? Okay, so we have Selma with the Railroad Days, and we got the lady and whoever, how many people from Bowie's Creek, and then we got the lady from Garner, all half of her and everybody else. Okay, good. So we got the Fireman's Day, we got the college, and we got Railroad Days. Now, who's been to all three of those festivals? That's what I thought. Nobody. The great thing about North Carolina festivals is all of them have a big fireworks display at the festival. And they're actually going to add a few to these two, but they're all very exciting. In fact, if you could go to those locations when they have the festivals, you'd see something just like this. Here we are in Garner, North Carolina for Fireman's Day. It's a celebration of firemen. We've got a Fireman's Day parade, and it's a whole parade full of firemen. Anyway, if you get out of line, we turn the hose on you. Half of us will be there, the other half, we're not really sure where they're at, but half of half is a quarter. So anyway, there's tens upon tens of people lining the streets of Garner. We got a great fireworks display at the end of the Fireman's Day. If you could be here right now, you would see this. Dollar store, 10 sheets for $1. That's a good deal. I'm just telling you right now. Skip over now to Bowie's Creek. Here I'm Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, the home of Campbell University, making tomato, chicken noodle, you name the soup, we will make it for you. Now, doesn't matter what time of the year it is. There might be 100 people, might be 97. We're not really sure. But there are a lot of people here now. During the course of the year, we have a big festival. It's College Day, and we got a big fireworks display. It goes just like this. See how excited she got? Time now to go to Selma. Here we is in Selma, North Carolina for Railroad Days. It's me, my brother Daryl, my mama Daryl, my daddy Daryl, my cousin Daryl and Daryl. It's all of us in half. We got Railroad Days, and what that is a railroad track that runs through town, and every once in a while there'll be a train on it, and that's excitement for us. Anyway, we got a great fireworks display. We saved up all our pennies, put them together, and we got one during Railroad Days. Goes just like this. Now the Bowie's Creek lady, did you grow up poor or middle class or rich or what? Do you know? Or did you grow up rich or poor? Just let us know. Poor. See, in North Carolina, you either had money or you didn't. And I grew up. Now, how do you know you were poor? How many brothers and sisters did you have? One sister, one brother. Okay. Who's a middle child in a big family? Anybody? How many brothers and sisters you got? 8. 8? What's your mom, a chicken or something? Now there's 8 children, including you, or 9? Wow, that's amazing. Now, what are you in the family? Which number?
4 older, 4 younger.
That's the middle. Well, usually you say, any middle children, and how many brothers and sisters you got? I'm an only child. Okay, so good. So did you have money growing up? You probably didn't with 9 people. Now here's how you know. Did you have your own bicycle? Did you have your own bicycle? Bike. Did you have a bike? You shared. Okay, see, now we're on the same page. See, I'm one of 5. I'm a middle child, older brother, older sister, younger sister with one bicycle. And my sister was like the taxi driver. So we'd take turns, we'd get on the back of her bike and ride. Now one summer I'm riding barefoot, swinging my feet. Just wait. You guys assume the worst. I'm swinging my feet. I swung my feet into the spokes and I ground off my big toe. Now I go walking as best as I can back into the kitchen, missing a big toe. And my mom does not handle stress well. She completely freaked out. She ran to the phone. Instead of calling 911, she called a tow truck. Yes, my daddy got his toe. Please help. My brother was mean to me. He would walk around with a bag of free toes. Hey man, you want one? If you didn't get the illiteracy fruit stand, you didn't understand that one either, okay? Just letting you know. My grandmother became obsessed with the fact that I cut off my big toe. He said, David cut off his big toe, he cut off his big toe, he cut off his big toe. The following Christmas, I got a pair of flip-flops. Now, do you know how the flip-flop works? You got to have a big toe to hold it on. And that's actually how it got its name. One would flip up, the other one would flop off. So we didn't have video games. You know, we played outside when we were kids. And then they'd let us back in around dinner time. We'd play the only video game that we had. It was an oscillating floor fan. Remember that? When you went, plug it back in. My older brother would talk into it, then my older sister, and then it'd be my turn. And they'd take the cover off. Go ahead, it's your turn. My mom would bake cakes, my brother would lick the bowl, my sister would lick the beaters. I get the leftover salivated chocolate on the beaters. And I'd stick my tongue in and they cut it back on. The world is changing. I'm 41 years old. I went to an indoor water park. The younger generation looks very different. It's hard to know how to minister to people from a church perspective because people change so much. 4 generations of people walking around this earth, trying to learn how to adapt to each one and figure out where everybody's at. Everybody at this indoor water park was tattooed and body pierced. Now, where are the body pierced people? Where are the tattooed people? The tattooed people, where are you at? There's a few. Guy in the back with tattoo. What kind of tattoo you got? There you go. Fantastic. There you go. Good for you. And see, and Justin's a big guy too. So with Jesus on his arm, that makes a statement. I'm glad he did that. But I tell you what, see, my nephew got a tattoo only because his friends did, and that's never a good reason to get one. But he got one on his bicep to barbed wire. Now his arm is this big around. I mean, his arm is so small there's only one barb, and it's underneath. It looks like armpit hair. Now he pierced his nose. Now people piercing everything. Now you got to be careful when you pierce parts of your body because fluids flow in and out when that ring is out. And we invited him over for Thanksgiving dinner, and we were passing the mashed potatoes, and he put too much pepper on them, and it made him have to sneeze. So he covers his nostrils. All the snot goes flying out that little hole. Exactly. And I went to this indoor water park and everybody had a navel piercing. And I felt so left out. I went and bought a bag of peanut M&Ms and I stuck an orange one in mine. And there was a really big guy in there. He was using his belly button to hold a peppermint patty, which was really weird. It was like... So it's a shame in this day and age we don't have stuff we can watch on TV as a family anymore. I've got a wife and 2 kids. Nothing on TV that we can watch. What do you watch together as a family? Do you guys have a show that you watch? Deal or No Deal? Okay. Anybody? What do you watch? Nothing? Something? American Idol? Okay, good. You like American Idol? I like American Idol. I don't like that guy Simon. No. That guy, he's very mean. He is. That was absolutely terrible. I would like to just get on the show and mess with Simon, sing songs. He wouldn't even know how to comment on them, like I would do a Tracy Chapman song. You know, just walk around and start going, now you gotta find this car. Now gotta get to any place. We gotta make a decision. Leave tomorrow, never die this way. So remember when you're driving in your car, speed the fastest like I was like, Tracy Chapman sounds like a sheep. It's a very popular song out by a guy named James Blunt. I would sing his song. It goes like this. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. She was smiling at me on the subway, but she was with another man. And I can't sleep all night, 'cause I've got a plan. No, I'm a stalker. I'm a stalker. Have you heard the words to this song? Well, she was standing there on the subway, and she's with another man, but I got a plan. We used to watch The Crocodile Hunter together. It's a shame what happened to that guy. You know what I love about him though? His passion, his enthusiasm. If we as Christians could all have that passion and enthusiasm, we could change the world. But he could have had a job just like as a librarian. You would have been glad to read the books. Look at these beautiful books. Come on in, let's read. But the guy was just too passionate about animals. You would watch the show, there'd be a 15-foot man-eating crocodile swimming in a lagoon behind him. What would he do? Look at that beautiful creature. I'm going to go jump on his back. He'd ride him back up to the camera. Look at his beautiful specimen. If I was to move up just 2 more inches on his back, he could snap off my leg. And we'd all be at home saying, move up, move up. My daughter loves Super Nanny. You guys watch that show, Super Nanny? She likes it because we're not on there. And look, you can discipline your child however you want, but all I know is if you got a 3-year-old backing you into a corner screaming at their top of the lungs, you need Super Nanny's help. Now, it's kind of messed up. We escaped England over 300 years ago, and now we're asking their advice on how to raise our own children. But I grew up in the South, so we didn't have that disciplinary problem. Now, Super Nanny uses the naughty chair. She places the child in the naughty chair. Now, my parents actually used the naughty chair as the weapon that kept us in line. So anyway, so there's a lot of good things about here, and we want to welcome you to church and everything. In fact, I've actually come up with a little song about our church, and I need somebody to help me do it. We had there's a guy in the back from the north. We'll have him come up and give me a hand. Where's he at? I think Joe. Is it Joe? Give a hand for Joe. Let him come up. Joe, give me a hand. Hey, keep clapping. He's not up here yet. Come on.
It's Joe. Look at Joe. Joe is huge. Joe is much larger than I am.
How you doing, Joe?
Good.
Good. Where are you from?
New York City.
New York City. People from the north, New York? 4 people. Awesome. Good, Joe. All right, Joe, we're going to do and how long have you been going to church here, Joe?
Since 99.
Since 99. Wow, so that's been how many years?
Take away the 4, add the 7.
So good, Joe. What do you do for a living, Joe?
Police officer.
Police officer. Wow. Okay, awesome. I knew you looked familiar. I got my anklet bracelet. So anyway, we're going to do a song about the church. And can you sing, Joe? Are you a good singer?
No, it ain't.
Joe's dad in the back. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. We'll do a little song here. What's your favorite style of music, Joe? Good. Joe has no clue. He doesn't. You like rock and roll? We could do a little song with rock and roll, you know.
That'll work.
You like country? We'll do country.
No.
You're from New York. You don't like country. You like, now, can you sing or not?
That depends who I'm singing in front of.
Well, I might not be a smart man, but I do know what love is, Jenny. Run, boys, run! We will like peas and carrots.
All right, Joe, we're going to do a song. And Joe's a phenomenal guy. He taught our Sunday school class a couple weeks ago. Very passionate, very cool guy, and that's why I got him up here. So we're going to do a song. We're going to do a blues song, because you don't really have to be able to sing that well, but you just have to be able to read, and I'm assuming you can read, or were you the one sitting in the back when I was doing the literacy jokes going, I don't get it? Okay, I guess he was that person. All right, we're going to do a blues song. Now, in order to do a blues song, we need a couple props. We need some shades. Anybody with some sunglasses that Joe can use, or myself? Or here, throw those up. The person right there with the sunglasses. Yeah, pass them up, or throw them up, or give them to me, or keep sitting there staring at me. You can do that too if you want to. That's good. Wow, how you doing? This is one of the little girls in our adult 3 class. That's good. Thank you. Short for her age, so that's good. You want to wear them? Let me wear them.
You can wear those. I'll get the next one.
I'll be back.
All right. All right, Joe. Good night. Well, it did come off a child's head. Maybe that's why they fit me. Oh, here comes another pair right here. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go. That's awesome. There you go. Go ahead and put those on, Joe. See if you can get those on your big head there. And they match your shirt. There you go. They match your shirt. There you go. That's good. That's awesome. All right. I'm glad I got mine first. Really am. All right, so we're going to do a blues song. Now, in order to do a blues song, we need a name for our group. We have Joe the police officer. We have David the comedian. Come up with a good name for us. Joe and Dave. Thank you. That's. Let's put a mall in Raleigh. What do you want to call it? It's called Raleigh Mall. No, there you go. Okay. So we need a harmonica. You got one of those?
Not on me.
No, not that. Okay, and I don't want this. Okay, Joe, you ready?
I can't.
We're going to do a song about our church. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Joe and Dave.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
I'm going to point to you when I'm ready, Joe. I'm not ready yet. I'll point to you when I'm ready, okay? You ready? All right, here we go. All right, just hold on.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
The work at our church. He didn't point.
All right, after I point the first time, you can just keep going. Here we go. Okay, wait.
The work at our church.
All right, and you can say Midway if you want to. That's our church. So you can just say Midway instead of our church. Okay, ready?
Okay,
Okay.
I think I got it. The work at Midway, it never is through, because God is 24 hours, and our church is 2. Our staff is the best that you'll ever see, and it's the best place on Sunday to be. We don't have the blues. We don't have the blues. This church that we have it for you. And when you know Christ, you'll never be blue. You'll never be blue.
You picked a great time to come out of your shell, Joe.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Our choir singing voices can be heard for a mile. And you know they're on key if you see people smile. The children love to come to hear about the Lord and the way it's presented. They'll never get bored. Well, don't have the blues. No, don't have the blues. Because this church that we're at, it's all for you. And if you know Christ, you'll never be blue. You'll never be blue.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Our members are kind. Okay, sorry. We all know that. If visitors don't see it, they're hit with a bat.
No, we don't hit visitors with a bat, Joe. We don't do that.
Preacher, I didn't write that part.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he added that in himself. There you go. So,
With Jesus our Savior, preacher preaching good news, you'll always be assured there'll be folks in the pews. Now don't have the blues. Now don't have the blues. Because this church we're at, it's all for you. And if you know Christ, you'll never be blue. You'll never be blue. You'll never be blue.
thank you, Joe. Here, take those back to that. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Good job, Joe. Joe proved a great point, and that is an average, everyday person put in an unusual situation can do extraordinary things. That's what Joe Wright did there. That's what Joe Wright did there. Go, give him a hand again. Come on. Also, average, everyday persons put in an unusual situation doing extraordinary things. That's our military. Let's give a hand for our military guys. Come on. You know, you can use that same philosophy or saying on anything, that we're all just average, everyday people. But until we're put in unusual situations, we can't do extraordinary things. Whether it be in your job, whether it be in your church, whether it be in your family. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. And I tell people this all the time. I get very nervous. This is not really my element, believe it or not. I came out of being a radio announcer. I get nervous, I pace, I can't eat, all that stuff before I get up here. but I know this is what God wants me to do, and that's why I do it. So don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone so you can do something special, not just from your family, but for God, okay? Guys, listen, God bless. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Leroy Seabrooks. Good night.